what are we doing? So our bucket list item is to travel the United States in an RV, to be able to still work, and to be able to enjoy some recreation. We enjoy mountain biking and running and hiking and sightseeing. So we're combining all those things into one great adventure. So we're checking it off day one today, and we're excited to be able to share it with you. Right now we are in Missouri. So we've been driving since this morning. Mark, my husband, say hi Mark, is the pilot of this rig. Let me get this a little bit better here for you guys. Okay. And we are headed towards Arizona. Why? Because when you live in Minnesota, it's a nice warm place to go in the winter. So that's where we're headed. That's where we're going to start. Why not, right? So let's talk a little bit about the RV, the rig. So we purchased late this summer a 44-foot fifth wheel toy hauler, massively large beast. She's blue, black, and white. And do you see her behind me? In the truck window. You can't see her? Oh, of course you can't see her because she's not there. Well, where is she, you ask? Well, she's in the shop, still getting fixed. So, purchased her at the end of summer. Since then, we have, let's see, the water pump has gone out. We've had electrical issues. Those got fixed. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. Then we got her back. And then what? Oh, more electrical issues. So, she has been in and out of the shop basically since we purchased her. Apparently that's a very common thing with RVs, is you have to work through all the kinks. So that's what we're doing. We didn't expect it. We were going to take off at the end of September. We are, this is Thanksgiving weekend. We are Saturday of Thanksgiving, so it's basically 60 days late that we're heading out. Am I frustrated? You bet. Am I upset? You bet. Could I have buried my head in the sand and waited another 3 or 4 months to go? Sure, I could have. But I didn't want to. And why didn't I want to? Well, I think it's sort of the same concept as when you own a business, and if your business isn't growing, it's dying. Well, same with you in your personal life and your goals and your bucket list items. If you're not working towards those things and you're not consistently putting effort towards them, you forget about them. They start to die off. You start to get discouraged. You may not realize you're being discouraged, but you start to get those winter blues. So we didn't want that to happen. So we decided to pivot a little. So we rented a place in Arizona for a while so that we can start this journey and check off this item on our bucket list. Who knows when the rig will be back, but when she's back, we'll give you a tour. We'll go through it. You can see where we'll be set up and that kind of thing. So that'll be kind of fun when the time comes. So let's talk about a bucket list. I encourage each of you to make one, and I encourage you each to start with something small if necessary. You don't have to start with a big ticket item. You make the list and you start with something that's either financially that you're able to do right now, that you're able to do with COVID happening, and start that way so that you can start checking those things off, because it's really, really exciting when you get to check something off your list. And your families and your kids can even make them. Our boys have made them, and it's super, super fun to look back 5-10 years later and see what their list looked like, because it's totally different now for them. So where do you get a bucket list? How do you start? Do you just start writing things down on a piece of paper? Well, sure you can, but we like to use the bucket list guy. Yep, He's coined himself the bucket list guy. We will have a link somewhere here, up, down, sideways. I'm not sure where, but somebody smarter than me will put a link to his website. He has a great way of making your list. He has categories. He really does a good job of helping you in the end to have a nice, well-rounded bucket list. So go check him out. Make that list. To make that list even easier, I like to have a personal mission statement and a family mission statement. It really helps me to be able to decide what to put on that list. So let me give you an example of our family mission statement. It is weirdos. So W, wacky, E, encouraging, I, innovative, R, reliable, D for daring, O, outdoors, and S for service. So when we're making things on our bucket list, putting things on it, we try and cross-reference our family mission, and it's kind of fun to see what you end up with. So let me give you some examples of some personal mission statements. Okay, here we go. Okay, so these are not mine, but these are just some examples I found on the internet. To use my writing skills to inspire and educate others around the world to make change. To be a better leader to my team, live a balanced life and make a difference. To inspire others to achieve great things. To be kind to myself and to others. So I think those will help you kind of get started with making a personal family mission statement. And you can kind of do it one way or the other. Some people might find it easier to make your bucket list and then use that to help inspire your family or personal mission. And some people are going to find it easier to make that personal mission statement and then create those bucket list items. Either way, just get going on it. Okay? Do not get into that place of analysis paralysis, where you freeze up because you think it has to be a perfect list. You think you can't change it later. Just get going on it. And then, like us, you're going to find challenges that come along with being able to check some of those things off your list. And just make sure you do not bury your head in the sand. Those challenges, overcoming those challenges, it brings you out in the end stronger and a wiser person when you can push your way through those challenges. And of course, not just with your bucket list items, but with life in general. So I encourage you to not let those challenges stop you from anything. How we came about fixing some of the challenges that came with our journey here. This is one of our larger bucket list items. And of course, in our minds, subconsciously and consciously, out came our I can't list. Let me read you our I can't list. I can't sell the house. It's a beautiful house in the country, right, Mark? Yeah. I can't sell it. I love it. We have a pond. We have animals. We have wildlife abound. I can't sell it. And besides, I can't sell it. Where's Sam gonna live? How would I have meetings at work? I can't go on this RV adventure when I have to be at work for meetings. How would we get internet? Well, we have to be able to work, so I'm sure I can't get internet, and not strong enough internet. And how am I going to do it with dogs and cats? How am I going to be on the road with our animals? I can't do that. I can't. Well, now here's our I can. Now I'm not telling you this came about in a day later. No. This is a long process of thinking through my I cans and how can I. And it took us a while. And so, well, I can sell the house. I can always buy another one. There's more ponds. There's more houses. Where would Sam live? Well, he can live with his brother in his townhome. He may not want to, but he can. So he's going to. How am I going to have meetings? Well, Zoom fixed that. We had just started having some meetings virtually or phone calls kind of thing. And then COVID hit. And what do you know? Everybody's on Zoom. So that fixed that. And how are we going to get internet? So, well, we just simply called Verizon and we said, guys, can I get internet? So they sent us out some products to use to test. And after a few testing and that kind of thing, we were able to realize that we could have the bandwidth we needed to be able to sustain this. We did some tweaking with our plans, that kind of thing, but it worked. And the dogs and cats, well, they're going to have to come with us. So we had to make sure that we had an RV that was going to allow us not to be completely overwhelmed and annoyed by our animals. So, of course, we got the biggest one we could find and the biggest one that our truck could haul. So that was my solution to that. Now, that might not work for everyone because Mark, if those of you that don't know, he has a commercial driver's license. So he's driven semi-truck and pretty much can drive anything on the road besides, what is it, a school bus? Yeah, he's missing some sort of endorsement for that, but he can drive doubles and triples and whatever else they call them. So we could get the largest fifth wheel that our truck could pull. So we did. So those are some of the ways we overcame challenges. Remember your I can't list and your how can I list. So that got us through and that got us going on this whole process. Well, that and Sam's little encouragement. So here we are sharing this with you today. So in closing, in recapping what we're talking about today, it's make your bucket list, get going on that. Make a personal or family mission statement. Share those things with family and friends, because the more you share your list, the more people are encouraged by what you're doing, and they tend to jump on board and want to help you with it as well. And you can do the same for them. Remember, how can I? And that's it, guys. It's pretty simple.